Hi everyone! Today I wanted to talk about my MBA journey, why I've decided to pursue an MBA. After months of preparation and soul searching, I applied to 4 business schools and I was lucky enough to get admitted to 3, Kellogg, Haas, and Anderson. And I've decided to join Anderson. In this video, I wanted to share briefly about why I was interested in an MBA, why now was the right moment, and why I applied to these schools. Whether you're applying, considering it, or just curious, I hope sharing my experience helps you in some way. Before we dive right in, I wanted to share a bit about myself. I'm currently located in Korea, where I began my career as a fashion brand manager. I was responsible for importing and growing international brands in the Korean market. After 5 years, I've decided I wanted to do something different and pivoted into product management. In my new role as a PM, I worked with engineers, UX designers, and product marketers to devise and implement strategies for our fashion e-commerce platform. So the first question, why MBA? People often say that an MBA is most helpful if you're trying to change function, industry, or location. Function-wise, I've recently pivoted into PM and I really came to love this role. I hope to continue a career as a PM after my MBA, but I'm also open to exploring other functions that might be an even better fit. Industry-wise, my background is in retail, specifically fashion e-commerce. I like it, but I'm also curious to learn about other industries as well. Location-wise, I'm currently based in Korea, but I've always wanted to work in the States. I know it's a big move and not easy to make on your own, but an MBA can be a helpful bridge for that kind of transition. That said, I know that trying to change all 3 at once is really hard, so I'll have to be strategic. So why now? Normally, people with 3 to 7 years of experience pursue an MBA. I believe it's because it's hard to pivot when you're in a more senior role. I've been in the workforce for 6 years now, so I thought this is my last chance to do this. Also, I've started to think that my learning curve has slowed down and I need some new input to keep me moving. The current job market isn't so great, so I thought it would be a good time to gear up some new skills while I wait for the market to turn around. So why the school? All the schools I applied to had strong tech offerings, which was a big priority for me. Kellogg has great pathways in AI and tech management. Haas is super connected to the Silicon Valley. Anderson also has tech management specialization and a really active tech club. But beyond the academics, what really stood out to me was the culture. These schools are known for being collaborative, innovative, and full of people who are excited to learn and grow together. That's exactly the kind of environment I thrive in and what I was looking for in business school. Before applying, there are a few things to consider, but I believe the most important question to ask yourself is who am I and what do I really want? Well, believe me, the hardest part was figuring this out. I wasn't quite sure if I really wanted to do this, so I kept asking myself throughout the whole application process. Eventually, I made up my mind to push boundaries and face the challenge. Here are a few things that helped me get that clarity. First, look inwards. It's difficult to see clearly through a snowball after it's been shaken. However, if you give it some time for the snowflakes to fall, you can now see through it clearly. This is exactly the same with your mind. You have to let your mind rest a bit to really understand what you want, and a great way to do so is through meditation. I didn't make this up. I read some books on cognitive science and decision making. I know it's a bit nerdy, and they all recommended meditation, which I believe helped me a lot. Second, think about the people you are most jealous of. For me, it wasn't the people with the flashiest titles or the biggest paychecks. It was those who genuinely loved what they did, who put their heart into their work. I'm not judging, but those who make you green with envy can tell you about what values are worthwhile to you. Last but not least, trust your gut instinct. Ask your friends if you should pursue an MBA or not. It's not really important what they say, but how you instantly react to it. When someone told me it was a silly idea, I was ready with my rebuttal. And that told me something. At the end of the day, this whole MBA journey wasn't just about switching careers or moving countries. It was about getting honest with myself. What I want, what drives me, and what kind of life I want to live. This application process pushed me to reflect in ways I'd never expected, and I'm really grateful for that. If you're thinking about an MBA or even just feeling a little stuck in your career, I hope this helped you reflect too. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or just want to share your own story, please drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. See you again!